What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Seth, and we are back again with some more Trove to Trove, and this is going to end up being a very brief tutorial, which I did actually have a tutorial on this a very long time ago, because this bug was actually something that was in the game a long time ago, and unfortunately, it is a bug. I can confirm that most likely after making this video, this is going to end up being patched or fixed in some way, shape, or form. But we do know that the developers, or at least the key people that are developers on this game, are on vacation. So hopefully that means we're going to end up having a little bit of extra time to actually do this bug, which is to get yourselves the Headless or the Revenant head on any character in the game. You can also do this with the Lunar Lancer. It's going to be very difficult on PC. You're going to be able to do it easy peasy on console because of the way that the controls work. In the odd chance that the developers are actually watching this video, please add this bug to the game. People have been wanting it since day one because, I mean, first and foremost, the Lunar Lancer's head sticks through like 50%, 80% helmets in the game. And let alone having a headless character is just really cool. I don't know why we don't have the option. Like, we can make our characters all undead and all lizards, despite the fact that that's not locked towards the Tomb Raiser or the Draco, you know? But Revenant's the only one that can end up being headless, and then for some reason he can also happen to be human. Like, it's just weird. So anyways, what you're going to be essentially doing here, guys and gals, is going into the barber shop here, and you're going to be swapping over to the Revenant. Now, the Revenant is automatically going to end up, should automatically start as headless. So you just want to accept that just so that you actually are headless on the character. And what you're going to be doing, I'm not going to be able to do it in this video just because I'm not quick enough. You're going to actually swap over to the character that you want to be headless. And as fast as you can, you're going to be clicking accept. And if you end up doing it right, you're going to end up like this because there's a small little lag spike when you're swapping characters where you can still end up clicking accept. You see, for a very split second, boop, we actually were headless on the Vanguard character, and that's it. It's easy peasy. You can do that with the Lunar Lancer's head style as well. As you can see, I made my guy human. Most of all, I did just so that all of the helmets would actually end up working on him. Because another thing that you gotta consider with the Lancer, if you're going to make him headless, is a lot of the helmets in the game don't actually have the bottom covered. So it might trigger those of you that are, you know, trying to be a little bit more fancy in your style, because if you turn your camera just so, you're going to just see a big empty space underneath your helmet. Again, I do think that this is something that should just be outright added to the game. It's going to be very difficult for you guys to do it on console, but it is in fact possible. I've got headless on pretty much all of my characters just for the sake of being headless. You can see right there, we don't even have any eyes on this guy. But you can also do that with the Lunar Lancer's head, where you would end up going to here, Lunar Lancer head style. They actually just call it Lunar Lancer head style instead of just calling it Fox head. And then you would just swap characters, and then there you go. You would end up just doing the exact same thing there, right? Console players is going to be a lot easier for, because obviously you're just going to be able to swap the character and then just click A or X respectively on Xbox or PlayStation to just end up accepting the new design. And either way, that's going to do it for me today. Hopefully this doesn't end up getting patched right away, but people just keep on yelling at me to actually talk about this. So there you go, guys and gals. Act well it's hot. Act well it still is a thing in the game, because despite the fact that we all want this to actually be in the game, for some strange reason the devs seem to think that it's something that we don't want and something that shouldn't be added. I'm trying to trigger them a little bit and make them a little bit salty so they actually do something that we want for once. More important than this, fix all of the broken bugs of the game crashing, because seriously, the improvements update wrecked everything. Anyways, thanks for watching regardless. Sayonara and stay epic, everybody.